And the boys are going to go talk wrestling. And I'm going to go sit here and wonder what the hell they're talking about.
What you talking about, Willis?
Wrestling News, episode 61. Crazy About Madness.
Hey folks, Comicbookman here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
WWE News, kids.
We have time.
WWE News.
Yes, we have time.
And we are here from Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all new comics are 15% off every day for everyone. I am substituting for Uncle Pete, who is stuck out on the road.
Bob!
But of course, we have Bo here, the man in the know, the man who knows exactly how fast a bus has to travel in order for Bill Goldberg to get thrown underneath it by Triple H and Shawn Michaels. How fast was that bus going there, Bo?
Well, tickets for Wrestlemania went on sale this week, and at this point, once you start thinking about people going in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
The show is in Atlanta, and so one of the people who could possibly be going in would be former Atlanta Falcons football player, WWE and WCW wrestler Bill Goldberg. Triple H and Shawn Michaels basically threw him under the bus. Triple H he said, well, you know, the WWE tries to do a legitimate Hall of Fame.
Ooh, a legitimate Hall of Fame?
And honor guys who deserve it, and then both of them said he didn't wrestle a few years. Okay, here's the clue about the legitimate Hall of Fame.
Bill Goldberg doesn't deserve it because he's not legitimate?
Vince McMahon's old man's limo driver's in the Hall of Fame. It isn't legitimate at all!
Oh, it is if they say so.
No, it's not.
It is if they say so.
It'll be a Hall of Fame wrestling match.
And both of them said he didn't wrestle enough
That's what they're
years.
setting up. I'm going to set up a wrestling match.
Now, Bill on Twitter said...
You want to get in the Hall of Fame?
You gotta
wrestle for it!
You got to come through
Those are all
me.
old guys, they'll break hips.
Not Goldberg.
Well, no, he wouldn't. But
Goldberg, you want to be in the Hall of Fame? You wrestle for it!
I would imagine that Goldberg's probably going to end up in the Hall of Fame because he needs a big name.
Oh, sure.
And the WWE is actually planning on building an actual
Goldberg
Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
An actual building.
An actual building.
They're actually sending out bids to people for
like Cooperstown.
Like Cooperstown.
Like Cooperstown.
It's probably in Orlando, Florida, because Orlando, Florida seems to be able to willing to
most-
pay enough money.
They have the most trailer parks.
To get it.
Why would it be in Orlando when the WWE is located in Connecticut?
Have you ever been to Connecticut?
Well, I'm sure it's a wonderful place.
It's very small.
Well, I've seen it on a
There's
map.
no room
Yes, it
for a
looks
Hall of
small.
Fame in
No one
Connecticut.
would
There's
go
no room. Yeah, there's no room for all.
No room.
I mean,
Just too small.
It's Uncle
Thank
Pete.
God it's not in Rhode Island. You never even get in there.
We don't
As
even
Uncle
have a
Pete says, the
7-Eleven.
WWE headquarters, they're next to the highway. Not a lot of room to move around. And it's a higher-rent district, and they don't want wrestling fans walking around.
Oh, for God's sake.
Don't want wrestling.
So Orlando, Florida's basically willing to
What are you
pony
saying
up
about
half
wrestling
of the
fans?
money. So that means they'll get it there.
Okay. Speaking of Shawn Michaels is rumored to be in Wrestlemania number 27 as...
He could be a special guest referee in the Undertaker's match.
Oh, the Undertaker is a... Well, who is the Undertaker wrestling? Of course
Well,
he has a match, but who's he wrestling?
Well, supposedly, as of now, he's wrestling Wade Barrett. And Barrett was predicted to be winning the streak. But there's no guarantee that the Undertaker will be 100% by that point, so they have a backup plan.
Okay.
If he can't wrestle by himself, they would tag team him up with his brother Kane. Yes, I know, the guy who buried him alive. And
Could they ever possibly work out a storyline where they'd be friends
They
again?
would have to make up, and then they would face the Nexus, which would involve Wade Barrett and someone else. Now, if they do the single match with the Undertaker, Shawn Michaels would be the referee, so that you can go, well, the Undertaker put me in retirement, and I could screw him by making him in the streak. But Michaels will be involved some way in WrestleMania because he's doing publicity with him. Although he says he has no interest in wrestling again.
Question I have
Yes.
is this the year that Undertaker is going to end the streak and retire?
I don't know if he's going to end the streak or not, but I would be willing to bet this is the last WrestleMania for the Undertaker because he's fallen apart.
I really love the Undertaker. I think he's probably the best thing that ever happened to professional wrestling. But he is all busted up, like he said, and he is not in great shape.
He's out with shoulder surgery.
Some of his
He had a
matches
bad
are
hip,
absolutely ridiculous.
He had a bad ankle. He's sucking wind now. You know,
Yeah.
and, it's not as if he's not going to be not working for the WWE after this is over with. He's got a job for life.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this could be the last Undertaker match at WrestleMania 27 or 28 or something.
Speaking of the Undertaker's final match, Roy Nelson from the UFC has been rumored.
He's sending out feelers to the WWE about coming in and wrestling a bunch of people. Well, first he said he wanted to wrestle Brock Lesnar, which isn't going to happen because Lesnar doesn't work for
Brock
the WWE.
Lesnar's not in the WWE.
Right, and so he said...
Why does he wrestle him in a squared circle
said-
over at the MMA?
Actually, he says he
Why
might
didn't he
try to
wrestle
do
Betty
that,
White?
too. He could wrestle... Well, Betty White would break a hit, for sure. You ever seen Roy Nelson? He's kind of portly. He can fight, but he's portly. But he's talking about having a match with The Undertaker, a Hell in a Cell match.
Does the Undertaker have any interest in this?
He's a big MMA fan. He knows who Roy Nelson is, so he might go for it.
Okay. We've got a police blotter story. WWE Raw superstar Alex Riley was arrested for...
He was driving under the influence in Hillsborough County, Florida. So he was brought into the police station. He had his mugshot. It's a very pretty mugshot. It's available on the Smoking Gun right
All
now.
mugshots are pretty.
And he was released on $500 bond.
McNulty's.
But yes, he apparently had a few adult beverages after a show, and he was weaving, and the cop said, "Why don't we stop this guy and find out what the hell's wrong with him?"
And they did.
Yes.
And they found out.
And they went, "You're
and
drunk.
he got a mugshot out
You're
of it.
drunk."
Last story we've got is a Christmas stocking stuffer suggestion. Christmas is right around the corner, kids. As we tape this,
It is?
Of course, if you're watching this,
Oh, I gotta start shopping.
of course, if you're watching this in February, what the hell are you watching old wrestling news for?
Just to hang out with us.
But if you're looking for something to buy a wrestling fan for Christmas this year, check this out.
On the 14th of December, the WWE is going to be sending out a 50
Just in time
greatest
for Christmas.
superstars of all time DVD.
Yeah. How about that?
Number 1 on that list is Shawn Michaels.
Oh, really?
Number 50 on that list is Killer Kowalski.
And where does Hulk Hogan fall in?
Hulk Hogan's about 16 or 17. I've seen the list. It's like
Oh, how the mighty have
it's
fallen!
like Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Stone Cold. I think The Rock is about 6 or 7. It's a pretty subjective listing because Vince came up with it, and so don't expect it to make any sense. And when you see the top 50, no, it makes no sense.
This
at
is
all. Ric
the,
Flair's like 15th.
this is the 50 greatest superstars,
Yes.
not the 50 greatest wrestlers.
Superstars.
Superstars.
WWE superstars.
Keep that in mind. Superstars, not wrestlers. So there you go.
The list is pretty sad.
So there you go. Okay,
Who's 51?
51 was Coco Beware.
Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon. And that's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. We've got no more wrestling news from the WWE, but you can go to the store's website and check out all of his wrestling news. And who's going to tell you about that? JR, who's going to tell him about that?
Oh, I know. That girl
Who?
who was in the newspaper the other day. Sarah.
The biggest nerd on the
arrested?
South Side.
That's me.
She got arrested?
www.myalternatereality.com. The last best place for genuine hostility.
Okay, that's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. Stop off at the store's website. Do what Sarah told you to do. Check it all out. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
And Bo.
Saying, see you soon, Uncle Pete. Bye. Hey folks, Comic Book Man here, wishing all of you a happy holiday season. Once again, Alternate Reality is teaming up with the Lions Club of Illinois to help alleviate hunger here on the South Side. Anytime between now and December the 9th, if you stop down at the store, bring your non-perishable food item with you and stick it in the Lions Club donation box. They'll be picking it up on the 9th, and they'll be distributing it to families who are in need all throughout the South Side. Now, if you can't make it to the store, go to the Mount Greenwood Lutheran Church, located at 10911 South Trumbull Avenue, and make your food donation directly through them. Be sure to call ahead before you go down. Or give Colleen a call at 708-363-5998. She's with the Lions Club, and she can tell you how you can help out as well. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us here at Alternate Reality. Alternate Reality is located at 3149 West 111th Street. That's the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in Chicago, the beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood neighborhood. You can always reach us at 773-881-HERO or at the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com.